looking to overturn murder convictions. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Tessa Spencer. Today, the South Carolina Supreme Court heard nearly 3 hours of oral arguments in Alex Murdaugh's latest appeal. Our Ann Emerson sat down with former South Carolina Attorney General Charlie Condon for an executive analysis.
Continuing our coverage of Alex Murdaugh's appeal to overturn his double murder conviction, I have with me our exclusive legal analyst and South Carolina's former Attorney General Charlie Condon with me today, and has been with me all day as we have been dissecting what's going on in the South Carolina Supreme Court. So, Charlie, give me your initial reaction. How do you think this went today for Murdaugh's defense?
Really well. Yeah. That's really the bottom line. I think if you were looking at this from a bird's eye view, it would be convicted double murderer Alex Murdaugh gets a new trial, or at least an evidentiary hearing on the jury tampering allegations. If you're just looking at the questions and the comments of the justices of our Supreme Court. But having said that, oftentimes these questions and comments do not accurately predict the final opinion, but oftentimes they do. And so just looking at it, the state was always on the defensive really from the get-go, didn't you think?
Right, yeah.
I mean, they gave a free pass.
They were hammering them with questions pretty much off the bat.
Yeah, Creighton Waters handled the questions really well. I think he had a real command of the law and the facts, but you'd have to say, just looking at it from that perspective, which is the only perspective we can have at this early point, it was a good day for the defense. It looks to me like all their issues they wanted to discuss, particularly the jury tampering, those issues were discussed in full, down to the minutest detail.
It was like they read everything. They were, and that was something that I kept on getting peppered with questions on as we were doing our coverage of it. You know, people were saying to me, "Are you kidding? Like, they're asking questions that wasn't even raised by the defense."
Right, precisely. They obviously read the affidavits in great detail of the jurors that said that they were improperly contacted by former clerk of court Becky Hill. To the clause. And what really surprised me from the perspective of thinking that things would be different, former Chief Justice Jean Toll conducted the evidentiary hearing.
Which we were at. That's right.
And 3 of those justices would have served with her for years and years, and I didn't sense any deference being given to her findings whatsoever. It almost seemed as if they were questioning how she conducted the entire hearing, her rulings on applicable law, and how she excluded that one juror from testifying, the egg lady.
They were nitpicking all of it, that it wasn't there. So yeah, that was very interesting. And then the other part of it, so there were 2 major reasons that we thought we were in that room, right? So there was the jury tampering, and then we were also looking at the financial crimes, because as the justice said, what I think could have been an hour ended up being 12.
Yes. And I always wondered when I was there at that trial that, you know, it's a murder trial, and yet we spent really, it seemed like a couple of weeks on the financial crimes. And I did wonder at the time, maybe it was a bit much, that under the applicable rules, they should have limited that somewhat. But the trial judge, Clifton Newman, gave it a wide open berth for the prosecution. They ran right through it, and it may come back to haunt them because, as you have just noted, 2 issues that I think were problematic for the state, the jury tampering issue and the financial crimes being so widely discussed and proved by the state that could be troubling on appeal. And indeed, it was today. And so we'll see what they'll do with the final opinion here. But anyway, you look at it, you have to think it's a good day for defendant Murdaugh.
But we have to make the point that this is not getting Alex Murdaugh out of prison.
Amen.
So
that's in a lot of ways, this is actually very much a moot situation, because he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. And so if indeed he gets a new trial, will the Attorney General ask for an actual new trial on this? Who knows?
Thank you so much, Charlie. I appreciate it. Always fascinating.
My pleasure.